Why do you pull out your tits right when I'm leaving? 'Cause now I wanna fuck you. Why do I always try the butt stuff with no lube when I know how much it hurts you? Oh baby, why don't you want a cream pie? Why do...
Oh, that guy's funny, dude. He's got all kinds of good stuff. Gary J. Joseph.1 on TikTok.
What song is that?
Why do I always...
Jason Aldean.
Yeah, I think so.
Why? Yeah. I'm like, I know that song. What's it from?
What hurts them? No, that's...
Well, it's just called Why.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Life After Party podcast. We're here again, three of us, missing old Chris.
Got a sick baby at home you need to go take care of, so...
Yep, priorities. I understand. Yep. How's everybody been?
10?
Maybe. Depends if we put it in the bank or not.
Yeah.
So. For now, yeah.
Yep. It's been good, though. Been recording this evening, making some cocktails.
Finally figured out how to make your mic work the way we need it to.
Dude, it feels so good. I don't even have to look at that. I gotta talk like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was about to say, I bought that mic, and I'm like, that's the one mic that I wanted to spend a little bit of money on, and I thought it was a dud.
It works great.
So I'm glad that we figured out what the problem was.
What's bad, dude, is I thought about that switch, but I'm like, nah, Shane would have noticed that.
I thought we went through that switch last time, though.
I thought we did too.
So,
we did.
Yeah.
We did last. Yep.
I don't know what happened. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fixed now.
Yeah, we're fucking rocking and rolling now.
Yep.
How's everybody been?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Blowing and going?
Waiting for all this snow to finally... What's the word?
Dissipate?
Yeah.
Melt. Ready for it to be a muddy fucking mess? I am. Get rid of it. It's like
fucking icy.
the roads.
You can't even park on the side of your road anywhere over
there. It's so bad. You got to be in four-wheel drive just in the neighborhood, too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're driving a fucking...
I mean, you don't have to be.
What are you driving, a Kia?
I love Fords.
But especially my 350. Fuck, that's got to be in four-wheel drive. That fucker will just spin. You tap on the gas and it's fucking ripping them.
That's smart.
There's any ice.
Yeah. You got traction control, right?
Yeah.
No. That's why I don't like driving my Dodge. It doesn't have traction control.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a older Dodge, beefed up motor to where, low end torque is just fucking spin, no traction.
Yeah.
I'm fucking scared of the thing, honestly.
Yeah.
My work truck, it gets stuck all the time.
Yours?
Yeah.
Your Ford?
Yeah.
Bro.
That new one I got?
That 15.
Got some shitty tires on
F-250 I got?
Not too bad.
Never been stuck. I haven't even been in four-wheel drive this year.
Really?
And I've been in
I had to put
mud
it
slumps. No, I don't put it in four-wheel drive. Fuck no, until I get stuck. I'm
it in
opposite. People are like, I put it in four-wheel drive before.
No,
fuck no, I'm testing my truck, bro. I want to see what this truck got.
I do the same, but I had to put it in four-wheel drive 2 times because I got stuck in two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
On pavement? Or
No, back roads. Back roads.
Back roads, though? Not even field?
Just back roads, yeah. Ooh. Not a field.
It's not good.
Getting stuck in the
sand.
we
did get quite a bit more snow down there in like Watkins area, but still, I'm like, just a slight incline and my wheels they just start spinning. I'm like, come on, man.
It's got traction control, right?
Yeah, but it just... Yeah. Maybe it's just with the box in the back with all the tools and everything.
Well, that should be add traction, though.
You would
because
think
you
that
got
weight
weight
in the back, you would think,
right.
But it don't. And we, multiple people have brought it up. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah. I'm like, throw us.
Well, yours is a brand new truck, right? 22 or something?
2020. Those ones were.
Maybe you got too much weight, seriously, because everybody that's got those new trucks, 2022s at my work, I mean, they got a little bit of weight in the back, but them fuckers are mobbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we brought it up in a safety meeting the other day. Like, these trucks shouldn't be getting stuck this much.
Have you had to get pulled out?
No. I've always got out putting it in a 4-wheel drive. But
Gotcha.
I'm like, I should be able to get out.
Well, it's no different than like my personal pickup. Dude, I'm not gonna move unless I put it in 4-wheel drive. And if I'm in snow or ice,
Yeah.
it just won't move.
Did you
Too
have
much
a locking
torque,
hub?
too much. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That was mine.
But I mean, I can put them in auto and
Yeah.
it does what it needs to do. If I'm gonna keep it there, I'm gonna lock them up. But we had an engineer today at work, dude. I just love engineers driving. It just blows my mind. Most of these guys are brilliant.
I got a story for you.
Super smart. Like great people. Jacob, you're a great guy. Today he
Dan, you're beautiful.
Today he freaking pulls into location, gets stuck, and comes up to one of our consultants, Rusty.
Was he in an SUV?
No, pickup. It's his company pickup. He drives it.
Wow.
And comes up to Rusty. He's like, "Yeah, I'm stuck." Rusty jumps in, dude. Clicks it in 4-wheel drive. Gets right out of there. He's like, I don't have 4-wheel drive. So right away, dude, Rusty's calling people and telling them. So me and my boss are already sending pictures of 4-wheel drive. My boss is taking pictures of the manual of how to put it in 4-wheel drive and sending it to this engineer. And I'm talking within 10 minutes of this happening.
Yeah.
So he's texting back like, "Wow, word spreads fast." I'm like, of course it does when you do something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was good.
No, and that happened at my previous company too. Brainiac guy shouldn't have been working with me. Way too smart for the job. Sitting there just spinning it, slamming it back and forth in 2-wheel drive. And it was a snowstorm, just working around a wellhead. I had to physically go and show him what 4-wheel drive was.
Yep.
And it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So our last district manager, he came from another company that does the same stuff as us. And he's in a 2014 F-250. And he comes in one day and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "Can I get a truck with 4-wheel drive?" And my boss is like, my supervisor, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "What? There's no 4-wheel drive there." He's like, "Did you look on the floorboard? Because it's one of the older ones."
yeah.
that's what you want.
Because
Yeah.
he's like, "Come outside. Let me show you." He's like, "Show me where you think the 4-wheel drive should be." He's like, "There's nothing here." He's pointing at the stereo and the dash and everything. My boss is like, "Look at the floor." He's like, "I didn't see that." I'm like, "How can you not see that? It's right there."
That's funny.
And honestly, I'd much rather have that because it takes the electronic.
It's mechanical, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's mechanical. It takes the electronic out of it. Because on my truck, my motor, my T-case motor to swap it,
Yeah.
fucking went out, and it kept slamming into 4 low, 4 high.
Yeah.
It just kept putting it where it wanted to put it while I'm driving. Yeah, instead of manual, I mean, it takes.
It's even on
Everything out
those
of
new
it.
Dodges now, even just to put it in park and everything, it's all just a knob now.
It's crazy.
My sister.
Right by the fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Right by the stereo, right,
I'm like,
right by the
wha-
volume.
I'm like, that is
I've always
so
looked at that like
stupid.
you go to turn down the volume, you're gonna slam your truck in park.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know
so
if it-
automated. It's
Yeah.
fucking.
My
it's
Sure,
nephew-
there's
safety.
protections.
My
Yeah.
nephew has that truck now. My sister gave it to my nephew, and I was riding in there. I was like,
That
why
new
would
of a
they do
truck?
that? It's like a 2016, I think,
Oh, for a first truck.
1500. No, he's had a couple vehicles. This is my older nephew. He's
Oh, okay.
22.
Oh,
Yeah,
getting trucks given to him.
he bought it off of my.
Oh.
He got a loan for whatever they.
I would
owed
say.
on. Yeah.
What a beautiful thing.
No, he works his
It's
ass
crazy
off.
to think about though, dude. That was a long time ago. Like my niece just got a 2014.
Bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a Ford Edge.
Wow.
But I mean, it's an older car. It's got like 150,000 miles on it, and it's crazy. But yeah, you think about it, that's actually kind of an old vehicle.
You got beef? You got beef with some people or what? What are you looking at?
Your cat was just freaking out meowing.
My cow?
Your cat.
Cat. The cat's
Cat
in
was
the
just
Let her
meowing.
in, bro.
I
It
could hear it
was.
too.
Yeah, I know it's done now, but that's why I was just.
She's hunting her toys. She does that sometimes this time of night.
That is kind of a crazy cat. It is actually kind of.
Dude,
A,
I,
Just fucking locked up on my arm earlier.
yeah, she can be. Yeah, like,
I was petting her. She locked
especially
on.
if you get on her belly. she
Yeah,
fucking-
that's what happened. Yep.
But that I do not like cats. That is Olive is the only cat that I've ever liked. She minds her own business, and when she does like give you attention, it's kind of cute and cool.
Yeah.
Like she's just chilling or playing.
There's only a few cats that I kind of like, but that one's all right.
Yeah. And she just looks crazy as fuck. That's what I love about her.
She's a good looking cat.
She just lays
for
there, like, and it's just a mean mugging look.
Cats are sweet, man. I grew up with a lot of them, or a lot of them. I had 2 Klondike and T-Rex. Died when 16 and 18, so I had T-Rex my whole
That's
life.
a while.
Yep, my whole life.
What about that one on Main Street, Reese Electric? You remember that one when we were kids?
Yeah, the one in the window all the time.
Yeah. Dude, this thing, from the time I was like, we moved out to Kingsburg when I was 9, and you walk by where the
And it was an old
PI
cat
is?
then.
I mean, what was it, 99 when we moved out here? And this old cat, it almost looked like just a whole bunch of,
Fur balls?
pretty much,
much,
just bunched up right in the windowsill, trying to get sun every day.
White and gray, like grumpy cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk by, like, oh my, you tap on there when you were a kid. And I'd say probably when I was like 22, 23, I started walking by there when I was leaving the bar all shit faced. And I'm like, oh,
Same damn cat?
I think that cat finally fucking died.
Oh, it did.
And then like 2 or 3 years later, I walked by and sure as shit, that cat.
I remember this cat now that you're
Yeah.
talking about it, yeah. Yep.
I mean, oh,
Fucking cats don't die, dude.
I think it had to have now. That cat would have been like 35, 40 years. But
I've just never freaking liked them, dude. I've never liked cats. None of my parents have 2 cats. I can't stand either one of them.
yeah, I don't like them either.
But Olive is she's a kitty cat.
Yeah. You having your cocktail, huh?
Yes, so, brother. You guys gonna have to walk me through it.
That's all right. You gonna work for me tomorrow? Ice? Yeah, you start out with ice.
Which one do I hit?
That's too much ice. Just kidding. No.
No,
Do the bullet or the gentleman jack, whichever one you want. But the bullet is better.
What Chris made me last time, that was good.
It was gone. It's gone. The Pendleton's gone.
You didn't bring over your fancy.
I was gonna, but nobody sounded like they wanted it.
I'm not a whiskey.
I want it.
Tyler's like,
I
bring
want
it
it.
over if you want.
I don't do whiskey, man.
Oh, you know I'll drink it. I just don't. If we
That
drink mine
fucker's
first.
like $130 bottle.
Okay, next
Is
episode.
that good right there?
A little more, right there.
Man, this guy, I wish I could be able to afford $130 bottles of whiskey, man. That's the dream.
That wasn't me. You remember who it was?
I know.
Old Swingers.
What?
Swinger.
Swingers.
Well, I guess I'm lost.
You were there that night, weren't you?
Yeah, he was there.
Was I drunk?
Kind of. He was halfway there.
Oh, okay. Okay. You might have to cut that out.
Nope.
Definitely.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh no! If you would, I wouldn't have to say the names. Cut out.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's all right. No, 14 minutes in.
Dude, I had a very embarrassing but fucking hilarious thing happen. Tell me if this has ever happened to you guys.
ED.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of men suffer from it. Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
sound just like the radio. Jeez, that was good.
Downstairs watching Yellowstone. I'm rubbing the old lady's legs.
Rugging it.
The girlfriend's legs. She probably doesn't like me calling her old lady. Rubbing them because I know she's on her feet all day, and I'm for probably 45 minutes. And she's thinking I'm trying to do something, which I was, but not. Like, I was doing it out of love, and then 45 minutes later, I'm like, okay, this is starting to turn into something, right?
I'm
So
doing
we-
that for necessity now.
Yeah, we start getting down, dude, and like, I'm like trying to look her in the eye, like, yeah, this is fucking hot. Keep sniffing.
We're going to have to edit this.
I'm like, I got a booger in my fucking nose, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Do I get into this and just hope that this thing doesn't just fall on her face, or do I, like, it won't go up, you know? So I keep sniffing.
That's how you can That's how you can tell this is a fresh relationship. Still,
Sugar on the wall.
shoot a snot rocker, brother. Boom.
The cat just.
Finally it decides to exit. It just starts fucking falling out. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, give me a minute. I gotta get her off.
How big of a booger was it, man?
It was just one of them dry ones that just fall out of your
Okay.
nose. You know,
Gotcha.
it wasn't
Gotcha.
super big, but
Yeah.
I was like, but I'm like sitting down, so it's going to fall in the area you don't
Oh,
want it
Kelsey
to fall down.
fucking wiped my nose mid-session. You know what I mean? Let me get that for you, baby.
Well, she didn't
Thanks.
know. She
That's
didn't
like
know.
white shit right
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was like. You can still tell
She's
that
been
there's.
wiping noses, like running noses all day. So
Yeah.
she's like, I got you.
They're still in the
She
beginners.
she busts out the little fucking bulb.
Oh yeah, here, let me get that for you.
Sucks it up.
No, she hits me with the nose free. You ever seen those things?
Oh yeah.
Suck the fucking
Or she
boogies
sucks
out.
it out. Yeah, I was over at your house when she was doing that one time. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
She's tried to hit me with that before. She's hit herself with it. Just,
Dude, no shit.
yeah.
You hit yourself with it?
Oh, she did.
Suck your own boogers?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She's offered for when I'm
even-
sick.
What we're talking about, guys, is like a contraption that you can suck on that pulls boogers out, but they're not going to go in your mouth. It goes.
Oh, there's
into
a filter.
Yeah, there's a filter
canister.
Yeah. So you're not sucking nasty.
It's for the kids just because they can't blow their nose very well.
or for
nothing.
yourself, apparently.
Yeah. Well, and she tries to hit me with it, and she does herself with it. So
Yeah. That's fucking funny.
Like, have you guys ever tried a neti pot?
a what?
A neti pot?
Oh yeah.
A neti pie
I use
Neti
the
pot.
pot.
neti pot. Yeah. I use the
Pot?
squeeze one though.
Oh,
So it's something the neti pot you put on one nostril and pour it, and it's got the little medicine in it that's supposed to
pull
clear
up a picture.
your nostrils.
Yeah, so like when you're sick, your sinuses are all clogged up.
You know?
You use this, and it's supposed to unclog your sinuses.
It's not just like a spray or nothing.
So you put it, you fill it with water, and there's like packets of sodium or something like that. You put that in your nose, and then it flows through, and it knocks everything out the other nostril.
That thing? A
Yeah.
Fucking.
That one looks a little sketchy.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
She uses that for more than her nose, I bet. Oh my. Oh, that reminds me of a TikTok. I don't know if I want to pull it up though.
Why not?
Oh, it's nasty.
That's okay.
Make it a little stiff, did you?
You guys did.
You made it.
You
We
told
just
me
showed
when to
you.
stop.
I just told you add ice. That ice melts fast up here, huh?
It does, yeah. I'll see if I can find it. I'll never forget one time, dude, when I was little. You remember
you were a
the
child?
old Keensburg Elementary had the tires? Most playgrounds did, but like the tires.
half tires
You
in the
climb
ground?
over or go
Yeah,
in, and
yeah.
we'd always go in there and hang out. I'm sitting in there. I'm like, I don't know, fucking 6 years old, maybe 8. And I just grab a piece of gravel and shove it up my nose.
I pissed on that gravel. All growing up.
I got
Everybody
Pissed
did.
in your nose. Yeah.
shoved it up my nose. It never came out. Never
To
came
this
out.
day.
So now every time I have one of them dry boogers in there, I'm like, maybe that's that piece of gravel. I'm like trying to shoot it out. I'm like, that'd be cool. It's probably my fucking brain.
Every morning I get up and I have to blow my nose. And do you guys blow your nose both nostrils at the same time or just one?
Depends. Situation.
I've never been able to blow 2 nostrils at once. Never.
What?
I don't know. I feel scared. I don't know. I just never
Scared?
have. Just doesn't feel natural to me.
Dude, it's just
And sometimes like one side will be completely clogged and I'm like,
Here's one right here. This isn't the one I was thinking of, but
I got a couple
that,
burger.
yeah.
I got a couple burgers on the wall. They just went AWOL.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
can I make that full screen?
Oh, I seen this one, man.
Sometimes I have to say go paperless.
my food. It's just a snot. I don't know why you're eating it. It's disgusting.
Oh,
Wait, show that again. That actually does that? It flushes your sinuses out?
I mean,
Yeah.
That's never happened to me quite
Oh
like that.
my goodness.
Dude just fucking eats it up.
Damn. That looks like when you're sick, that's refreshing. You
Well,
know?
that's a
It does-
relief,
it
yeah.
is.
Oh man.
That's the one I use is the squeeze one.
That's what you need to do.
Yep.
When I had COVID, I even used it and it helped out quite a bit.
Just by the store. What's it called?
A neti pot.
Neti pot or neti
Walgreens.
pat?
Walgreens. P-O-T, because it's a pot.
I know, but you got a little Boston in you.
Me?
Neti
Yeah.
pat.
Neti pat.
Neti pat.
That's what's yeah.
Neti pot. Like,
Yeah, see, neti pat.
neti pot. Like earlier. I'm like, you fought? Was that a fight?
Yeah, was that a fat?
Was that a
Oh,
fight?
yeah. But yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I had a booger when I was working, and I'm just like, I got to get rid of this, and it pops in my head. I'm 30 fucking years old. This was 24 years ago, and I'm like, maybe that piece of gravel's gonna come out.
That's
You know,
crazy.
it's just weird.
When
I was
that-
so young,
when-
and I remember it.
Wouldn't that have been funny when you were...
Oh, if it was the sex booger, if that was a piece of gravel.
it just hits her in the eye.
I don't know what I would have
She's
done.
like,
Yeah. You would have stopped everything. You
Dude,
would
I
have
w-
cherished that thing.
he would
You'd
have been
put it on
like,
the fucking
grabbed
wall.
it out of her eye.
Yep.
I would have been looking for this.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what I would have done. That would have been insane.
Oh, you'd have stopped.
You would
That's that piece of gravel I've been looking for 24 years.
I'll tell you what you wouldn't have done. Finished.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Maybe, but just me and the piece of gravel in the bathroom.
just the thought of finding it finally. You're like, it's my great white buffalo.
I would have been flabbergasted, dude. That would have been, oh man.
You never told me about that. I mean, why would you? But
Well, I was reminded today when I'm like, farmer blowing out there. I'm like, that's that piece of gravel. But it just went with my booger story from the other day. This,
It's crazy how you hold stuff for that long in your mind.
yeah. I've maybe talked about it once in the past 24 years, but it's still there.
this is one thing too that I was actually wanted to bring up. When it comes to like, okay, so the past, do you guys? I don't know.
No.
That's why I haven't brought this up. There's like sections in your life where you I don't even know how to go about this. I was thinking about it on the way over here.
Block out? What are you talking about?
No, there's just sections of your life where you kind of categorize in chapters or something like this. Just like the illusion of time is kind of, it's awkward, isn't it?
It is a little bit. And I think about that all the time where there's sections of my life that I completely do not remember one single fucking thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
From fucking 23 to now, if I go back and look at like pictures, maybe I'll remember like a trip or something that I took, but I don't fucking remember anything.
I think that's a guy thing too, though. Like
Do you think?
Oh yeah, yeah. Kelsey remembers every night, everything. I don't even remember. I remember the motion. We went to Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't remember nothing about it. You know.
Yeah.
Besides maybe one or two highlights.
I mean, it's like this.
She
this
can go
point
day
in
to day
time-
and tell you 6 days what we did
Really?
every day.
No,
Oh yeah.
no.
No way.
Mine is like, this point in time, I remember I have I associate a feeling with that particular time in my life. I'm like, oh, that was this point in time.
I've done
was-
that. I've done that with smell. You ever done that with smell?
Oh yeah.
Like you smell something, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
reminds me of
Yeah.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Or the biggest thing is music. You haven't heard a fucking song
Yeah.
in
I think it's
15
all
years,
connected.
and there's one memory, like one special hand job you got in fucking high school, and fucking Billy Currington comes on. You're like, I remember that fucking shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's feelings too. Like a feeling.
Maybe it's all connected. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the sight, the sound, the smell. Maybe all of it just. I mean, obviously it has to be. We're all one being. There's got to be something in the mind that triggers all these connections that maybe bring it in. But still it's points in the past have always been. It's always tricky to me to decipher. Like, that's weird how when you think about a time in the past and you're like, I remember this time and I kind of associate it with certain events.
Well, so the way I'm taking that is like the way you grew and developed. Like I went from a young kid, then jock, then fucking emo little kid, then back to a jock,
Right,
and then
right.
kept moving. And I when I think back, it's like, oh, from 13 to 16, I was emo little kid, gauges.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like, is that what you mean? And
Exactly,
then like, I just put it in a category,
Like
a chapter.
chapters. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like for me, it was it's. So I don't really remember anything until I think my earliest memory, I was probably like 4 or 5, probably like 4.
Yep.
So from like 4 to 7 or 8, that section in time, which was mostly like me being at the golf course and playing baseball. Then it goes from that to like my preteens and all this. When we moved out to over by Bennett, outside of Bennett, with the Wagners, next to the Wagners and all that.
Yep.
And then it goes from there to in Kingsburg. It's just weird how the older you get, the more
I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
One big chapter is when me and you lived together, and that was only a year.
yeah. But I
But
mean,
that's one of the biggest chapters.
Yeah.
And some of the chapters are 5-6 years long.
yeah.
But that is probably one of the biggest. I remember more somehow. Remember more from that year than anything.
It's just weird how, like, something that intrigues me, like you said the other week, you have like a weird fascination with carpentry
Yep.
and framing. With me, it's like how the brain works and memories. It's so unknown, but it's fascinating to me
Right.
in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, and a lot of people don't. But it's fascinating how just to try to decipher it and knowing that you can't.
You've been getting into some Huberman.
Yeah, I have been
podcasts
listening to
and
him,
stuff, yeah.
but I haven't been listening to anything about the mind with him or
Oh,
anything.
he's got a few out there.
Has he?
But
I've only listened to like 1 or 2 of his podcasts.
yeah, they're not like the most entertaining, but I like listening to them when I want to learn something.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So here's one for you. When you go and meet somebody, hey, how's it going? Right? First handshake, good
Yeah.
firm handshake. And then that initial minute of talking, you won't remember the talking. You'll remember the handshake and you'll remember the feeling.
Yeah.
But you
You know
don't
what I mean?
remember
You won't remember the name. You won't remember nothing.
Oh.
I will remember. I remember how I felt when I met you,
Yeah.
and I'll see that face again. I don't know your name. I remember the handshake. I remember the feeling.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
First impressions are everything. It is. And that's the way. And the older I get, the more I meet people, like especially at work, you meet so many people. The initial feeling of figuring out whatever we're working on, seeing how he is, if he's quick triggered, whatever, I get that feeling right away. Boom, he's judged in my head
Yeah.
as really smart, calm guy, dumb, quick triggered, smart, quick triggered. Like I just have category.
Come
Category. Hang on.
Same.
Category. Say it.
Categories. Categorization.
Categorized.
Yeah, categorized people in my head
Yeah.
just off quick feeling. I think a lot of people are that way, but I just pay attention more to that now.
I have that.
And just a little piece of what you just said is like, it may be 2 minutes later you forget their name
Yeah.
because you were so focused on
I
that.
remember the feeling though.
Like, yeah.
I'm horrible with names.
If you give me
So
a
always-
little soft dick handshake, this little limp
I'm
noodle,
gonna remember you.
I don't like this fucking
I
guy off the
remember
bat.
that though.
Yep.
But the best thing, because I still do it all the time, I forget names, and this helps most of the time.
I feel like you're
you
the
have-
best person with names.
I've
I'm the
gotten
worst.
better because I realized that I was doing it.
You repeat the name
You repeat the
constantly.
name. You shake
I
their
do,
hand,
yep.
and before you say your name, unless you said it first, but if they say their name first, you repeat it and then you
Right.
say it. Hi, Joseph.
Yep.
I'm Tyler.
Yep.
Something like that. You got to repeat the name, and saying it twice, it kind of goes. And whether or not it's a fucking dead fish handshake or what it is, it helps you remember the name. I try to focus on names now because I knew how bad I used to be at it, especially in big groups. If I meet 6 people, I like in my brain, I'm like, I have to remember their names. I don't give a shit about anything else. I have to remember.
And when you say bye from that little conversation, make sure you say, see you, Ken. See you, Shane.
Yep.
See you, Tyler.
Yep.
Make sure you
Bad
put
part,
it there.
bad part is I did this yesterday at work. Talked to this guy on the phone. Name was Drew. He gave me this guy's number who's coming to location. I talked to him, didn't catch his name. He comes to location. We're going through all this bullshit. Then we go to say bye, and I'm like, see you, Drew.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't Drew. That was the guy who Drew sent me his number, and then he came to location.
I did
But
that
I was
same
just
thing.
so confused.
I had a chemical guy come out to treat some tanks, some H2S tanks. Thought his name was Dan the whole time. He was a good sport. Didn't know it was it.
Yeah.
Talked to another guy.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
What are
Dan
you going
over
to do
there.
if somebody calls you the wrong name? Are you
Right.
going to correct him if you're never going to see him again?
Probably not. And then I ended up talking to a dude later. He's like, I was like, yeah, Dan's over there. Who's Dan? I was like, that guy over there. His name's Jordan. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I went up and apologized to him. He's like, I was wondering why you kept calling me Dan.
And that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's like if somebody calls me the wrong name, if I know them and I know I'm going to have to talk to them again, like tomorrow, I'm going to correct them in a very polite way. Yeah. But it's completely
My name's
understandable.
Robert, not
But what's crazy is when you do it, you think you're rude. But the other person doesn't think that, you know? Unless you've known them for years and you call them the wrong name, which does happen sometimes.
So I'm reading this book now. It's called How to Talk to Anyone, 92 Little Tricks for Big Success and like relationships. It's for like any kind of relationships, but I just started it like 2 or 3 days ago. It's just like each chapter is like a little trick to help you when you're communicating with people. And there's a lot of
Dude, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
I've never
Why
done
not?
it. It'd be good to do.
That's the thing. The older you get, the more. In my 20s, I didn't give a shit how I talked to people. Because half the time I was drunk, you know? I don't give a shit. I don't care about these people. I'm not looking for impressions.
But it's weird how that works. Like at work or in day-to-day life, I agree with you. You don't really give a shit because you're not thinking big picture.
No, I mean,
But at the same time, yeah, when you're younger,
Yeah.
you're not looking at the big picture, so you don't really give a shit what you say, how you say it. But at the same time, in certain situations, you're more careful. Like as I get older, I'm not as careful.
really.
I am more honest.
You have an
I'm
identity
more
already.
blunt, yeah.
Yep. You have an identity.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I built up the identity and now I'm like, okay, this is what they expect of me, so I'm going to do it.
You built up that BDE,
Yeah.
that big dick energy.
Big
you know what I
dick
mean?
energy.
Yep.
Gotcha.
No, I got you for sure. Like,
Knowing
And
that's a
that's-
false
And that's just,
knowing that that's a false diagnosis.
hey, you get a second opinion. All right. Okay. You always need a second opinion. Who knows?
Okay.
No, I'm not a doctor.
no, you know the type of guy Tyler is. Check this out. So I get to the company I'm at. Tyler's been there a couple years already. I mean, we have, before COVID, we have big meetings, you know, like 50, 60, 70 people, just safety meetings, whatever, right? It was all in person before this.
All
bullshit.
hands.
Teams and Zoom meetings. And ended up meeting Tyler there. I'm like maybe a couple months in. I'm shitting bricks just showing up. I'm sweating, you know. I end up seeing Tyler. Big meeting. Safety meeting. We're talking, yada, yada. Or they're talking. All of a sudden, Tyler's sitting next to me. They're like, all right, what do you guys think about the boom? Tyler starts fucking just jawing. I'm like, oh, fuck, Tyler. Like, I am stressed out for him. He's just fucking spitting it. Like, no problem. They're having conversations. They come up with something else. Tyler's spitting again. I'm like, dude, why am I sitting next to this fucking guy? This guy's talking. Everybody's looking over here.
It happens, but
That was
you don't
the
realize.
Toastmaster stuff. Wasn't it?
No, this was it was probably around.
Well, no. So I'm that way
That
now.
was right there.
But he got there before.
You in Toastmasters?
No, not Toastmasters, but I mean, I'll pipe. No, easy, you know, because I'm comfortable. He was
What the hell
comfortable at
that
that
mean? You
point.
laying pipe? What did you just
I'll
say?
lay pipe and I'll pipe up same time. You know what I mean?
It's mostly like realizing that just because these people standing in front of you are your superiors, you need to be honest.
They're fucking people.
But
They're
you
humans.
don't realize. A lot of people probably don't realize, and maybe sometimes they do. I don't know because I'm just in my own body, but the anxiety running through my veins before I raise my hand, before I stand up and talk,
Yeah.
is burning.
Well, no, but
And I try to make that drive me to do it,
But-
instead of backing
but you
down.
if you're, I didn't know you got that anxious because you can hold a room, you can be calm. You can make good
I
valid
feel
points.
like I'm shaking when I do it.
Well, yeah, but not as much as most people.
Right.
There's confidence behind your voice, which was
I've never-
very impressive, Tyler. And I don't know if I ever told you that. Like I came home, told Kelsey, I was like, man, that shit, it impresses me. And I tell people that all the time. Like you impress me how you can hold a room, you can hold a meeting, you can talk in front of people, and you can make sense of it. You don't talk in circles. You hold to a point and you create validation, and you're done.
Yeah.
And if they come back, rebuttal with something, boom, you hit them back. You have answers. You're confident, you know. And to me, it was like, because I just had that.
That's a good skill to have.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's from your dad. Like I think just growing
yeah.
up around your dad can do that, and you've seen that, and that made me jealous. And of course, I love your dad. I love you. Like because I didn't have that growing up. How different would I be if I had Tom around? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's crazy.
And I appreciate that, dude, so much because
Yeah.
I've put a lot of effort into it, and
You got talent at it. You do.
I've put a lot of pride into it. But it does, like, dude, if I'm in the field heading to a meeting that I know I have something to say,
You have a speech or something. Yeah.
from while I'm driving, I am fucking tense. I am just,
But you're prepared.
but I'm prepared. I'm
Yep.
thinking about it for hours ahead of time, and that's why I'm able to. Even though my body's telling me not to, I'm able to spit it out without any hesitation.
Do you rehearse?
Not really.
You ever rehearsed
Not
in
really.
front of a mirror, wife, girlfriend? Excuse me, no wife. Sorry.
That's strange.
My girlfriend.
That's strange though, because you say that because I've never watched him talk in front of like a whole room before. So this is the first time I've known of you actually talking in front of.
So that's what got me. So this is what.
But he told me
He wasn't expecting it.
You told me a couple weeks ago before we did a podcast. You're like, I'm so nervous before the podcast, and
I look up to Tyler with that shit, dude. Like because
he's so nervous before the podcast, but yet he can
you rise
talk
above.
in front of a whole room full of people.
I try to turn it into
crazy.
energy to push me through it rather than
Right.
it's like in my mind it's like get this over with.
Well,
Fucking do it, and if you don't do it, you're gonna be sad that you did.
it's sink or swim.
Yeah.
You either fold or you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's been meetings where I sat there and I'm like, I have something to say. Now's not the time, or I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
Even though I'm burning inside and I want to stand up and I'm starting to get that shake, like I'm nervous, and that's telling me I need to do it, and I'm like, fuck, probably not the time.
See, and when I first started there, because I worked at a different company than him, and then I get to that company, that was the first meeting I was in with him, and then I see him just spatting. I mean, just firing off,
Yeah.
running the meeting. I mean, you can see the people in the front were like jaws were dropped. I mean, because at that time we were 26, you know, and you got a bunch of old head oil field dudes, know-it-alls, right? And then he's just spatting off like nothing, and I'm like, God, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Well, I
Like,
appreciate your outlook on it, and
I've never told you
Yeah,
that, but I've
because
always looked up to you that, like, I've always, anytime I go into a meeting, because I hold meetings now and I do stuff like that, I handle all that stuff a lot now. I do think of you.
I practice
I
it in
like
the field. That's where I started.
WWTD. What would Tyler do? Honestly, I swear to God,
That's
like
bad.
how would Tyler handle? Like I think of that because you inspire, bro.
No, I appreciate it.
I'll leave it at that. I don't think that's weird. I've never told you about that. I've told Kelsey about
I think
that too.
you've mentioned it, not in that detail,
I?
but you mentioned it.
But it's crazy because you do it, but you telling me that I didn't ever talk to you about that in depth. You have anxiety doing. I thought you just fucking boom. I don't give a fuck. Here we go. You know, like I'll fire off. You know, I don't care. But it's cool hearing that you have that because I have that too. You just feel like some people just don't have that.
Your
Like
blood's just
No,
pumping
they
before. It's like you're.
I'm about to
angry.
fucking pass out.
It's
My
like
lips
you're
start
angry,
sweating.
but you're not.
Right.
But when you're done, you feel a lot better about yourself.
You start questioning yourself at first, but once you walk out and like realize it doesn't fucking matter what I said.
Right.
Well, and most people come up and say, "Hey, man, that was good stuff." You know.
So
Yeah. A lot of times I have the people that were running the meeting like chasing me down, like, hey, what you brought up is a good point. I'm sorry I didn't have a clear answer.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it some more.
Yeah.
And this could be like the VP of ops or whoever. They're always asking me. And it's because I'm bringing up the tough questions. I'm not asking.
Well, the shit they don't know about because they're not in the field. They're not.
Yeah. And questions that I've brought up to other people and not got answers. So I'm going to place it in front of every fucking person that hasn't heard it, and hopefully something gets done about it.
So I just talked to Tyler earlier today, actually, about. I said, I use the word like. I use filler words too much. And I want to get away from that. And you said that you went to. That's when you told me that you went to Toastmasters.
Yep.
And you're like, well, be careful with that because it could lead into some other things like talking more slowly. I'm like, talking more slowly, I think
it's more professional, but personally it drives me nuts. Because I used to use a lot of filler words, and I only did like 8-10 months of Toastmasters.
Right.
But it taught me not to use those filler words. But if you noticed, I pause instead. And sometimes you might think that I'm
There's
done
nothing
talking.
wrong with pauses, I don't think.
So do they
I
still
think
have
it's more
Toastmasters there?
Yeah, I think.
I need to get in that.
Yeah,
Get in
I want
it,
to
dude.
too.
It's good.
I'll go with you.
Even if you only do it for a year.
I mean-
it's company
So what is
provided.
it? I guess
So I looked into it like 5-6 years
is
ago.
it at the office?
Yeah. Well, it used to be. I don't know. We still have the signs up. I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's still going. But yeah, it's just basically a group of people, and there's chapters all over the state. There's
like
chapters all over the
AA
U.S.
type of
Yeah, pretty much.
It pretty much is. It is.
It's a
really.
group of people
Yeah.
that are scared or don't know how to talk in front
Well,
of
want to
people
get better.
Yeah.
and want to get better about
Yeah.
it. So they teach you the skills and they make you do it. And the thing that makes you comfortable to do it in those meetings is that you know that everybody else in that room feels exactly like you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did.
When
it
you
for-
put that on your resume, it looks good too. It
Oh,
shows that
oh,
it shows
absolutely.
effort.
There's a lot of
That's
people
actually
out
a great idea.
Yeah.
I haven't.
It shows
I've never
effort.
put it on my
Oh,
resume.
this guy's in Toastmasters. They didn't laugh, and they're like, "This guy's wants it.
Yeah.
He's hungry." You know.
I found out about them in 2016, and I was thinking about when I first moved to Thornton. I was listening to this podcast, Lewis Howes. I forget what the podcast.
Dude, you guys are podcast fucking animals.
I know, man. Anyways, he was talking about it. This guy, he got raped when he was a child. He ended up going to the Arena Football League, all that, got out of that, and now he has a successful podcast, YouTube channel, all this. And he talks all about it. I read 2 of his books and everything like 5-6 years ago. But he says that he took that Toastmasters class for multiple years because he's like, I have a complete fear of talking in front of anybody. Now he has one of the most successful podcasts.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to get into that.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily. It just teaches you how to talk better.
Yeah,
And
it just
the way I just worded that was terrible, but it does. But I mean, he obviously had a lot more drive behind it because there's a difference talking for entertainment or
yeah.
for.
And you
for
can
like
still
this, or
tell,
talking in
listen to
front of a
his
group.
podcast, you can still tell that there's
A little bit of hesitation. Or,
yeah, exactly. But it's set up pretty much the same way AA is. You go online and they're like, here's it's like branched out in different, like there's like 3 different branches in Aurora. It's kind of the same way AA is lined up, in my opinion.
And
like
Oxy
online.
or Anadarko Toastmasters,
Was it a lot of people from the company?
there was probably like 10, 12 people in it. I was in it when we first started. I was literally on the board of it.
Really?
And that didn't last.
He was
very
a leader before he even went to a meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, we ended up getting into. What was it? I just lost my train of thought.
Her name was Cynthia.
But we ended up starting it, and I ended up getting on the board and stuff. And basically, the Anadarko at the time,
That's how good he is. Right there, starting off the bat, just start.
we take
that.
our
Yeah.
chapter, so it's our own chapter. So after I left, we ended up just getting really busy, and I didn't have freaking time to go.
Because old Matt was running that, wasn't he?
He was in it with me.
Yeah.
He wasn't the president or anything. We were doing it at the same time. I think he stuck with it though, and probably became president.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And then
Who's Matt?
they went and competed. One of the most well-spoken guys
Yeah.
in our building, like just a great speaker. But Toastmasters helped him.
Yeah.
But they would go compete. Like that banner in front by the front office is a competition that we won or got second place or something.
So they still do it at the office? You want to
I
do it?
don't know if they still do it. I'd do it again.
Yeah, let's do it. I need to do that. Just
No,
for.
I got a lot of other shit.
Oh fuck! I got kids and a wife, bro.
No, I mean within the company.
I got a broken washer, man. I don't know. I mean,
Within
Oh yeah.
flip some shit.
within the company, they want me to get fucking all these certifications, and it takes schooling, and I'm not gonna have time. But maybe if they still do it,
Do they not do it online now or something?
It's
I'm sure they.
I want to be in person, dude.
Man,
That's
it
not.
has
That's
to
not.
be.
Yeah, I guess
That's
that
not
wouldn't work,
fighting
yeah.
what I'm trying to fight.
I almost bet they don't do it anymore, but I don't know.
Oh,
They do.
I've seen it.
I
I feel like I've seen
Googled
an
it
email
today.
or something.
There's 3 just in Aurora.
Oh,
Well, I mean, at our company, they probably don't do it. But yeah, I know that it's still a thing.
Yeah.
100%. It's all over the U.S.
Oh yeah, it's a national.
But you could always, I guarantee you could get approval if you wanted to go to a different chapter somewhere and freaking,
I
our
didn't
company
know it
would
was
pay
just-
for
I
it.
thought Toastmasters was through our company. I didn't even know it was bigger than that.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's been
Some of
around
the
for a
best
long time.
freaking speakers have taken Toastmasters.
Yeah.
It just teaches you timing. It teaches you losing the filler words. It teaches you
Filler words. What are filler words?
Like
and, but,
cunt. That's not.
I tried that.
Sorry.
And is a filler word?
It can be. Like you could say it multiple times, or you
gotcha.
could just squeeze
He,
it
like,
in.
was like,
if you,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's basically when your mind is
Words that connect.
when you're processing what your next
What's so
sentence is
wrong
going to
with
be, instead of using a word to fill in that gap,
Yeah,
you
I got
do something else, like pause. Which
So
is the
they'd
only
rather
thing
have
that I
a
learned.
pause. So what would they want? A filler word like? There you go.
Yeah.
I'm using it right there.
It's basically like slowing down and making sure that you're.
But if you
you're
use
clear
like so
and
much,
concise.
like I have been, so when I use
So.
when I use
So's and
that could,
So.
yeah,
Yep. Okay, I got you now.
dude, if you
Dude,
like,
you can't be telling me this shit now. I'm gonna be thinking about.
but you
when I talk.
have to use filler words, but when you use them to the extent over and over. So when I edit these podcasts, I listen back, and there's times especially when I'm telling stories, where I'll go, yeah, and then he was like this, and I was like, yeah, but it wasn't like that. And I'm saying like he said this, so I say like to say that he said that. It gets so
Yeah.
confusing. And
you could just
it pisses
eliminate the
me
word and it still makes sense. Yeah.
off. Yeah.
The only one bad thing about it is though, which is honestly a plus for you, like I was saying, is we haven't noticed that. I haven't noticed that, but through going through that class and learning that, when I hear somebody speaking,
Yeah.
it's one of the first things I notice. We have speakers in our office at work. If I'm watching a video, I notice those likes. We have a couple people at work, one in particular that just says it so much that it drives me insane.
Oh, I know. I know what you're talking about. I was gonna talk to you about it after this podcast.
You just didn't know what they were.
Like it's making me mad right. No. It's making me mad right now.
But
thinking about it.
they're like way
Yeah.
up on management, and they speak in front of
a
everybody
lot,
all the
and
time.
they make sure they talk all the
have
time.
every meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a safety guy that I just started realizing
it
it
may or may not be the same department I'm talking about.
after I realized that I was using like so much. Just a few days ago, we had a Teams meeting, and our safety guy, great guy, love the guy to death. And I'm like,
Do you think he's going to listen to this podcast?
once it sticks in your head, you're like, got to get a count of it. Boom, boom, boom. And it's like, holy shit.
I'm surprised I didn't get a Snapchat of that, Shane.
Try not to Snapchat anymore. I'm trying to limit my phone use and everything. Try to limit it under
Focus.
an hour
Oh,
a
that's
day.
right. You were telling me that.
Yeah, it's been tough, but
Because what'd you run it up to?
it was almost 5 hours a day of screen time, and I brought it down this week. I've been keeping it under an hour.
That's insane.
Last night was over just because I was texting you guys so much,
Yeah.
trying to figure out the editing and
Oh,
everything.
so you check it daily?
Well, I have like screen.
So have you thought about this?
Screen time out or
How long? How many hours you get a night of sleep?
Oh, I make sure my sleep's good.
This
So we
baby.
got our
Yeah.
whoop. Yeah, we got our whoop.
Well, I know, but how many hours? 8 hours?
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
But
So
that-
we'll say
but that's with the wake times. Sometimes throughout the night you'll be awake. You'll wake up. So at least I try to plan for 8.5 hours when I go to bed to wake up, and then
Because you might have an hour of wake time.
sometimes I'll get up and piss and everything. It'll disturb your wakeness,
so you want to
sleepness.
do simple math real quick?
Yeah.
24 hours in a day, you got 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep. You got 5 hours on the phone. 24 minus 8, 16.
Pull that up. I brought
minus 5, 11 hours.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you only
how
have
much you're living.
11 hours out of
Pull
your
these
day?
up. I sent those. Those are the things on TikTok.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
On the drive.
And I get that. I've never been that high, but
Dude, it's
I'll get
horrible.
up to 3 hours sometimes, like on average or for a week. I think it sends me it.
And I've never checked it really until we started talking about it, I don't know, like a month ago on the podcast. And I'm like, I should check. And I started checking. I'm like, this is insane how much I'm on my phone. I will go
5
home.
hours at 5 times 7, 35 hours a week you're on your phone, you know?
And it tells you here, watch. This is one of the better ones. Go back to, there's 3 that I sent in.
This is yours?
Yeah. I sent these
No
to him.
shit.
earlier. Yeah.
4 hours.
And this is 22% less. This is the middle one.
22% less, and you're at 4 hours and 21 minutes?
Yep. You go to the
This
first
is you
one.
working down, weaning off?
Yeah.
That's it?
Just it.
This is the
Oh,
original one. Look at
5
that.
hours and
Look at this.
34 minutes?
9 hours. Oh, so this is a week.
Does this
This is
include call?
average for a week.
Does this include call time?
Yeah,
here.
it's screen time.
Oh, productivity and finance.
It tells you everything
I mean, those are
below
up there.
here, but I just sent a screenshot in.
So you had 9 hours and 32 minutes of social media in a week.
Most use YouTube.
Yeah.
8 hours
but
and
YouTube.
Is
57
that
minutes.
is that pods that you're listening to, or is that actual watching YouTube?
It's YouTube videos.
Watching them?
Yeah. Because I don't listen to my podcasts on. This is just screen time. My podcast,
That's rough.
my
bro.
screen's off.
That's rough.
Yeah. Look at that. Look how.
Like
horrible.
if I were to pull this up, I would have several hours of screen time, but that's because I play my YouTubes on
I
my
don't.
podcasts on YouTube.
I
and
don't.
watch
Yeah.
the video.
My podcast
when I can.
That's probably. I listen to way more podcasts a week than this, but my screen's off. I just listen to it in my truck.
So that doesn't count as screen time there. Yeah.
No, not the podcast. No.
If I had to guess,
This is-
mine's under 2 hours a day. I bet.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Insane.
Count texting, phone calls, emails.
I mean, look at that. 8 hours.
You have to look. Why don't you look at your phone?
I don't know if mine tells me.
Oh, it should. These fucking smart ass devices.
Oh yeah, but that's insane, right? Almost
Yeah.
6 hours a day.
Right.
So what happens? I get home from work, and I'll sit down on the couch. I'll turn the TV on, and I'll open my phone, and then I'll get to the point where I look up at what I'm watching. I'm like, what am I watching? Finally, I'm like, something's wrong here.
Yep.
Something's wrong here. So what I've been doing this past week, and he'll show you when he pulls up the next couple screenshots, is that I unplug my TV when I come home. I'm only going to try to watch TV on the weekends. And I've tried to limit all of my screen time on my phone to like under an hour to try to, you know, if I go in my room, go on my computer, try to work on like the podcast, other stuff that I'm trying to do, because I got a couple other things that I'm trying to move on, put the process into making that as well. I'm like, just be productive pretty much. Because this I looked at this and I was like, this is insane. This needs to change.
So mine doesn't look the best either. Like January 3rd says 5 hours and 38 minutes, but YouTube was a lot of that, which is podcasts. I'm not actually like losing any productivity by that.
Right.
And then messages is 1 hour and 32 minutes, which is text.
Yeah, it's like a lot
Is
of
it
this
crazy
stuff.
thinking that in a day you spent an hour and 32 minutes texting?
Isn't that crazy?
It's fucking nuts.
A lot of this stuff.
But like Instagram, 14 minutes. Whoop, 6 minutes. A lot of it was like 3, 2 shit.
And that's the thing. Like Whoop, okay, that's something to help.
But like today, 2 hours, 42 minutes.
So pull up the last one that I have. So I went from almost 6 hours to the last one, which I think was last week. That's the week after that. And then the other one was 319. So each week I've been dropping down, and then my phone's on there. But this week so far, I've knocked it down to like 1 hour and like 30 minutes. So I've
Good, dude.
increasingly dropped it down.
I mean, you can look at these, like your limits and your most
Yeah.
used and realize, right? Like
See,
mine,
I
that one day
custom
was
right there.
an hour and 20 minutes of texting.
Yeah,
Most of those text messages are productive.
right.
A lot of them's work.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm hiccuping.
it's all right.
But like you can see that. So if you got freaking 3 hours of YouTube, that might be a problem.
Well, a lot of the stuff that I've been watching on YouTube though is trying to
Figure this out.
yeah. I mean, a lot. I'd say about 80% of
That's the thing
stuff
is you
that-
have to put the justifiable things in place.
That's what I'm saying though. But that so what I'm doing is I'm putting a limit on that while I'm at work and everything, and then I get home. I'll go on the computer, and that's when I can. That's when I know I can bring up YouTube to try to for actual stuff that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the phone, it's just like
You got me
so-
wanting to
it's so
check into
easy.
this a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to bring these up because I think this is something we need to look into more.
But it is one thing. I guarantee back when I had Facebook, my fucking screen time was way higher than it is now.
Yeah.
I was on that shit probably at least hour or two a day, just scrolling
Right.
for no fucking reason.
Just habit.
Yeah.
It's crazy how you can let it get away from you and you don't even realize it.
Yep.
Like this, I had no idea, and then I pulled it up after you were talking about it on one of those episodes, and I was like, "This is insane." I'm like, "This." Needs
But I
to
guarantee
change.
one thing about it is a lot of it is productive. I mean, like you said, a lot of it's
And that's what sucks
this.
is
And,
productive or not, you're still sitting there on your phone.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's still
Yeah.
screen time.
Sucks.
I mean, it's still screen time, but when I get home, now I just go to my bedroom and I log on to the
blanket.
computer. But I'm like, if it's productive stuff,
Rub it.
no,
Little wanker.
no, this ain't 2007.
That's only about 37 seconds of screen time.
He's got his old pocket, his old pocket pee.
Let's see how much is on fucking the internet.
Oh, porn, there's a lot. Trust me, I've seen it all twice.
Pornhub 9 hours in a day, Shane? What?
Oh, hold on.
Hey, if
I
you don't
cut
get
that
the
part
video
out.
working on this fucking
I
episode,
cut that
you're
part
fine.
out.
But yeah, no, that's good to know. That's gonna have me checking that shit now for sure.
Crazy.
Just being aware of it, though.
being
that-
cognizant.
That just blew my mind. I checked mine. It's like 2 days ago. I was on my phone for 5 hours and something, which a lot of it was the YouTube podcast. But today it was only 2 hours,
Yeah.
and my top used was texting.
That's the thing. When you're busy at work, you're not thinking about it. So now what I'm doing when I'm at work, instead of putting my phone on right next to me, I put it in the glove box in the passenger seat. And that's helped me out so
Which you can
much.
do when you have a work phone.
Yeah, because I
Which
have my
we're
work phone here.
Supposed to do anyway.
Yeah. And you guys can, I guess.
We're supposed to.
But I throw my personal phone in the glove box. Good. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to pull.
So think about that, Shane. You're down to 2 hours, but
Under
then you
2
add
hours.
but
I'm
then
like,
you add the work phone to that with work.
Yeah, but that's just calling.
It's productive. It's
yeah.
productive, but it's still screen
Yeah, I
time.
mean,
That's what
yeah.
I'm just saying. Like that's how much we're on our phones. Is that insane?
Big
That's what's bad though too is like with my hour and 20 minutes on messages, a lot of that's opening a text message, setting my phone down, and it's still open, right until it closes.
Look at him finding ways to justify why he was on his phone so
But
long.
that's
But I'm on it. I will be dead honest with you. I am not on my phone very much.
5 hours.
As far
worth
as
of-
like,
yeah.
unless I'm on the phone a lot, way too much. But like actually scrolling or doing whatever, I'm rarely on. Like you fuckers texted me 17 fucking times before I even fucking respond, dude.
he was wanking it, bro. Leave him alone.
Do we got anything to close this one out?
Yep.
Raymond's yawning. We got to get him home.
Fuck, I'm always yawning, dude.
I think, let's see here. Oh, yeah. You do have, let's conclude with a confession.
Oof.
You want me to read it?
Sure, go for it.
It's titled, When I Was a Little Kid, I Made an Old Lady Bleed.
Boom.
My mom was a nurse who regularly took care of patients in our house. We had one old lady that lived with us for a while. I remember always going to her mom, or Jesus, I can't see that far.
Coming on her.
Always,
Oh, sorry.
I remember always going to her room and messing with her when my mom wasn't around. I would prank her, knocking on her door, and liked seeing her get mad. I would do just little things to piss her off. I don't know what got into me. I guess I got jealous she was stealing so much time away from me and my mom that I grabbed a decorative shot glass that was on a cabinet and lobbed it at her head. I didn't think it would do any real damage, but it shattered on her head and she was bleeding. Scared and afraid, I ran away and pretended like I knew nothing about it. I ended up getting away with it, but the guilt still haunts me to this day. The old lady recovered and stayed with us for a few more years and died after a few years of natural causes.
Maybe.
I'm posting this to atone for what I've done. I really am sorry wherever you are. I was a dumb, stupid kid. Haven't heard anyone since then.
Well, she's dead. You killed her.
Yeah, she's dead. Good job.
CTE.
She might have lived another 3
job,
years
buddy.
if you didn't freaking
Good job.
break her skull.
He's an asshole.
These are ruthless here.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Everybody
Yeah.
has that in their past, you know, shit like that.
But so I brought these up because it's people are, this whole page is just people admitting
Guilt.
crazy shit.
All I got to say to you, whoever you are, don't sweat the petty, pet the sweaty.
Jesus.
All right, guys. Well, with that being said, I think we're going to end it on that. Again, thanks for listening. Go ahead and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Email us if you have any questions. And as always, we appreciate you guys listening.
We out.
Later.